Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And I have a little quick question for y'all, and that is if you got a notification for this video. I'm noticing that quite a lot of the videos that I post, which should get a notification, don't get it. Like, for example, right now, I'm just checking my phone, right? Still nothing. Nothing. And I'm really wondering why it gives no notification. I know the rules. I know exactly how they work over on YouTube, yet there's still so many problems with them. I don't get why. So please put down below in the comment section if you got a notification for this video. I would gladly see it and really appreciate it. So first of all, Ripple just posted this. Joel Katz, or David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple, sat down with Reimagine 2021 to discuss how he got into crypto, how sidechains will bring DeFi to the XP Ledger, potential new use cases on the XP Ledger, and more. I just want to quickly state that I haven't watched it just quite yet, but I will, and I will definitely encourage you guys to watch it too, as David Schwartz is just one of the biggest goats in crypto. He is one of the earliest developers in crypto, one of the craziest guys in that respect too. He really knows his stuff, and whenever he speaks, I shut my mouth and listen, because this man speaks a lot of facts, right? So just wanted to quickly give that a little shout out. Make sure you check it out. It is really worth it. And long story short, the sidechains right now on XRP are a proposal. The federated sidechains are a proposal which has been brought up. Hasn't been, given the thumbs up just quite yet because, of course, there's a vote. And, well, even like the checks feature that should get on the XP Ledger, it just takes a little bit of time to actually get over that threshold of acceptability, since you might think, oh, an upgrade like this is just amazing. Why don't people all say yes? Well, because every single change that you make has critical points to it. I mean, everything makes the network more busy, which could make it so it's less secure, less safe, but could also increase the cost significantly, which could alter something else, which could alter something else, which could alter something else. There's always this cause and reaction, and very often when you're making a change, people are first hesitant because the more changes that you make, the more of a chance that you'll do something which is going to be a really big mess up. And the problem with changes as well is that once you've made one, it's really hard to revert, specifically in the crypto space. Usually you keep going forward instead of backwards, so you're going to then have to kind of fix your mistake in a really annoying way instead of preventing it, right? So you'd rather prevent it altogether. That's why people are more hesitant to make changes. Then I want to quickly give you guys a small little overview of what just happened and what we covered today, because as you can see, there's a ton of content for today, but I also have more content for just that we didn't cover just quite yet. But first, I will tell you guys to quickly check out Bybit. It is the exchange I use to trade, and you might just want to check it out. I'm going to buy another 250 XRP just now. You guys keep saying, Dusty, buy more and show it. Here we go. All right, another 250 XP bought, and eventually we're going to be at a $10,000 trade, I think, or at least a 10,000 XRP trade pretty soon here. It's going to be crazy. All right, so what we saw is a couple of things. First of all, I would say we saw a hearing that got put up. No, actually, officially, there was something else first, but the most important thing today was that a telephonic hearing is now scheduled for August 31st. And obviously, guys, I'll make it so you guys can all watch it on the channel as, well, we do that all the time, right? We do that always, and I'm not going to let you guys down this time around. So August 31st, be here on my channel at 12 p.m. noon, basically 6 p.m. Amsterdam time. Be here because there's going to be a hearing, and I am most likely the only guy that's going to cover it live for you guys. We always do it. We always get at least 5,000 viewers, usually way more than that. It's going to be really cool, and it's going to be a cool community, so make sure you join and check it out. Just quickly putting it up there. We had a telephonic conference about the documents that the SEC has to give over. Then we also discussed the fact that the deadline has been shoved a little bit. Not every deadline, but the expert discovery deadline, which is the second part, has been extended from October 15th, I believe, to November 12th. But the original fact discovery deadline is staying unchanged from August 31st to August 31st. The only thing they asked for is to basically be able to do some extra depositions from Brett Garlinghouse and Chris Larson after that deadline, so somewhere in September. That's all they basically asked. All right, so that is also what was in this filing to basically extend it. Here was the original dates. Everything is basically changed the same except for this thing right there. And another reason why this is changing is because They basically have to file a lot of different documents straight after this one, basically. Yet, they haven't really finished a lot of these other motions, like the motion to dismiss, basically, and that has to be kind of arranged first to some degree. Then, in the live stream, we were talking about Fincen, right, for a good part, because when we were watching Digital Perspectives' video, what we basically concluded in there, what we saw in there, was a part where John Deaton talks about the wording that Fincen used a couple of years ago. And one of the things which they said was both actions were accompanied by an agreement. We're talking here about the fine that Ripple got in 2015 for their XRP ventures. Both actions were accompanied by an agreement by Ripple and XRP Fund 2, or now XRP 2 LLC, to engage in remedial steps to ensure future compliance with AML and CFT obligations, as well as enhanced remedial measures. Among these steps are agreements to only transact XRP and Ripple trade activity through a registered MSB. And this specific part, only transact XRP through a registered MSB, is what they really kind of hammered down upon. It's also on the Wikipedia, it's everywhere. The problem is, I still, as of this point, don't fully understand or grasp the severity of these statements. And we actually looked a little bit further. It's actually pretty fun, but there's so much extra info to this entire Ripple fine back in the day. Here's a couple of key, articles or interesting parts from 2015 as an example. Fincen fines Ripple over AML, says firms enhancing protocol. Alternative money mover Ripple Labs enters the U.S. banking system, and there's actually more that we can read, which I thought was pretty damn cool, but that's not everything. Another fun thing that I haven't actually done before is just kind of look through the references here in the Wikipedia page. And one fun fact, I think, is that if we just go through a couple of these things which we've never talked about before, like, for example, here on the right, banks unlikely to process payments with distributed ledgers for now, says Ripple in 2018. That stuff really might be interesting for our understanding of XRP or Ripple, really, for that matter, right? It could be really interesting. At least, in my opinion, it could really be. Here, H2 Ventures, KPMG, Fintech 100, for example, Innovation Project 2016, that they got rewards and whatnot in 2016. What? Also, one fun fact is that even the Fincen, the Financial and Crimes Enforcement Network, basically refers to XRP as the second biggest crypto, which is pretty funny because XRP really wasn't the biggest for that long, yet especially when they made it, Ethereum wasn't that big just quite yet, so XRP was the second biggest crypto in the world. Little fun fact. We covered that quite severely. We covered all points that we could find about it. One fun fact is that some of the tweets referencing to this entire debacle, like this one right here, about Richard Holland talking about the agreement from Fincen and whatnot in 2018, it cannot be found anymore. So this guy either deleted his account or the tweet is just gone. I didn't bother to check. I guess theoretically speaking, we could just do it like this, right? If we delete that, his account has been suspended. Huh. All right, that is interesting. So the account of this person who said that Fincen already signed an agreement with Ripple Inc., allowing them to continue their XRP sales. If XRP is an unlicensed security, then Fincen now has to explain why they signed an agreement allowing the sale of said unlicensed securities. Never going to happen. XRP isn't one, a security. But this account, I guess, got banned, so we can't really verify the rest of that stuff. And I guess that was it for what we covered in the live stream. This stuff we had open, but this is all just from the past as well. Yeah, so one other thing that came out today was a footnote in the Ripple response earlier that day. Let me quickly refresh this. In one of the footnotes, it says basically two things. In one of the footnotes, it basically talks about the fact that the SEC all of a sudden were like, it's not one of the, I don't think it's this document actually, but in one of the footnotes of the SEC's Legion paper, it basically says they're saying, you know what, to 40 of their own documents, they're just going to hand them over. They don't want to claim privilege for those anymore. In this document, the footnotes were basically about the fact that Mr. Hinman is going from left to right, and it referenced to one of the tweets from Frank, in which the SEC in October of 2020 even told people that they didn't really have a formal classification for XRP just quite yet, which is rather interesting. All right, then that's all the same thing. We have some Cardano stuff. Let's just cover it as time moves on here, as the articles move on, because I have a lot of stuff still. Experts believe Cardano will displace Ethereum as the second largest crypto as ADA prepares for a 400% breakout. Lark Davis said, So what is a realistic price target for Cardano long term, say end of the decade? Well, a 4 times pump would put ADA at the same market cap as Ethereum now, which is $10 per ADA. 10 times pump would put ADA the same market cap as Bitcoin now, which is about $28 per ADA. ADA Ape, funny name, said, flipping Ethereum, ADA flipping Cardano. Status update, ADA is 2/10 along the way, I guess. We don't even have smart contracts yet. What do you think happens when the testnet projects go live in the coming days? And one little fun fact about Cardano, as I explained before, is I firmly believe the price can really go quite significantly high, as they're already really far just on the idea alone that they're peer-reviewed, which basically means they're not going to go for any new innovative technology just to be the first tester of it. But no, they're going to look at things which already have worked, and then really write papers on it to see what would work the best and basically review it properly and then implement it once you know that it's going to work properly. I mean, it's a way to do things, but I'm going to say as well, it's not important about being first. It's important about doing it good and as soon as possible, and that's what they're doing right here. Then MicroStrategy bought a freaking ton of Bitcoin today, about $177 million. Right now they're at 108,000 Bitcoins in total, which is also crazy. Then there's this little video that Crypto Aries shared. Mr. Robert J. Jackson Jr. served as commissioner from January 2018 to February 2020, now at NYU Law. Mr. Snap, is this what you teach your student at NYU Law? And that is a reply to digital asset investor who stated, game over, retweet. Bill Hinman gave a terrific speech last fall where he outlined, this is a quote, some of the principles and did a good job guiding the market, by Robert Jackson, SEC Commissioner, during the Hinman Ethereum speech. Point being, if the SEC Commissioner, right, so Robert Jackson at that point, thought that William Hinman outlined or gave a guideline basically for the market, well, that's pretty significant, right? Because the SEC says that his speech shouldn't be considered as advice or guidance, yet Jake Clayton and he now have also said, well, he did a good speech guiding the market, or basically give them a good indication of what to think. So that's where I guess things are wrong, but whatever. Then Alice Cobb said that XRP is going to change the entire world. I keep sharing this, and I mean, from a certain perspective, this guy is right here. I've been reading such tweets for 4 years right now. All projects have made holders from the top 10 rich, except for XRP. Not going to lie, he has a point to some degree. Then again, I will stick to my gut and say I still firmly believe so. And great things take time, all right? Great things take time. As long as we kind of believe in the process here, I don't think it really matters too much. As once more, great things take time. And let me see. I think I have it open right here. I have a couple of other articles, like for example here, XRP is on the verge of a 30% move. One thing that people kept telling me is, Dusty, the price is going down. What's going on? Is this bad? Is this good? Guys, a price moving down is not a bad thing. And it doesn't mean that the price is moving down, that everything's going to go bearish from right now forward. The thing is, I don't really believe when people say the 30% move or 25 or 50% move is going to happen. I believe when people say, okay, we're going to get some crazy move over a long period of time, or because of this piece of news or that piece of information or that, okay? But not just the technicals saying a 30% price is going to go, because it just doesn't really work out that often. Then again, Mac here is not the analyst itself. He just shares an article, so it's okay. But I just wanted to quickly make that clear. And there was here a letter of Stephen to Gary Gensler. Dear Gary, imagine David Schwartz making that same statement about XRP like Vitalik did about Ethereum. Notice anything? Much love. It basically said, Ethereum founder Vitalik said during a live interview that he expects the Ethereum price to be 10 times from the current levels, putting it at $30,000 by the end of the year. Problem is, I don't know if I can confirm this, because I just didn't know where he said that. I mean, I need the source to be able to verify this, because it was also said about Charles Hoskinson Cardano that he said it would get to $150, but he never did. So I don't take this. I take it with a grain of salt, as I'm not sure. I have to verify it first. Then again, it's interesting because it is so that Ethereum basically gets the privilege to pros as it currently stands. But I guess whatever, right? Whatever. You can't all be equal in a certain way. Eventually, it'll be fixed, though, guys, because I think this SEC fee ripple lawsuit would fix itself, but hey, that's just me. Guys, thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video.